Alright, it's time to crap all over Hollywood. Let's get into it. I don't want to waste your time. Also subscribe before I start the video.
I've said for a long time, Hollywood is an evil place. Not exactly a brave take, no one's gonna be gasping or
Very true.
have their jaw on the floor, but you might be questioning, Charles, how can you even say that? You yourself are a Hollywood superstar thanks to your game-changing performance as District 8 hospital helper in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Isn't it a bit hypocritical to say Hollywood's evil when you yourself were a large part of the reason Hollywood is successful thanks to reinvigorating public interest in cinema? Due to your exceptional acting as the District 8 hospital helper and single-handedly carrying the Hunger Games franchise on your extremely strong back.
It was a very important role that he played. He carried that entire movie on his back.
That's built like a Greek god in Adonis. If I was to lat spread right now, I'd look like a bat. The same franchise that's responsible for springboarding Jennifer Lawrence's career, but only because they cut out most of my scenes as the District 8 hospital helper because they overshadowed hers. And of course, you're not wrong, my sweet sunflower, but it's because of this level of expertise with a performance like mine, District 8 hospital helper, which is still widely studied across all theatrical colleges across the nation, that I am able to say with a high level of confidence that I know just how corrupt and evil Hollywood is from the inside. It is rotten to its very core. And it's extremely nice to see that most people are really waking up to how fucked up Hollywood is as an industry.
It would be nice, sure. Get rid of Disney.
Now, I covered the writer's strike when it started about 3 months ago now, almost 3 months ago. And I want to just give a follow-up to where things are at because it's not improved, and in fact it is only escalating. And now it's more than just the WGA that's gone on strike. Now SAG-AFTRA has joined the party as well and are striking too, and a lot of the actors are standing with the writers here. So it's really bubbling into this giant, witches.
Well, no wonder there's no good writing in movies anymore. All the writers are on strike.
Cauldron stew here. It's like when all of the characters of an action movie come together at the end to fight the big bad guys. It's just this big team up.
Problem is they're not. I don't think they're going to win. I don't think the big bad Hollywood's going to do anything. They'll just hire more millennial writers that suck ass and will take a paycheck just to get a paycheck to get their foot in the door. They'll do anything.
Moment. So all the writers are coming together
with
a lot of actors
unfortunate for them
in order to finally get what they deserve from the industry. For those that don't know why they're striking, it's actually pretty simple. I'm just gonna
I side with them, but I don't see this going anywhere. They can just hire new ones.
Boil it down to like the bare necessities here. Their pay is not what it should be for the work they do for these productions. Writers are invaluable to the industry, period.
Well, yeah, they pretty much write the entire movie.
I know there's a lot of brain rot on Twitter that's arguing the opposite, and they keep using the example of, if writers are so important, why is there such thing as bad writing? Checkmate. They don't deserve to get paid more for writing like this, and then they'll drop an example of shit writing from something like Forspoken, which isn't even like a Hollywood production, but some of the writers that are in these unions are also working on video games, so I guess that's the point they're making. Actual little Neanderthal brain takes of, this writing is bad.
Yeah, but the people from Forspoken aren't the ones striking. It's probably the better writers from Hollywood that are striking that deserve the pay, so... Which is why all of the new Marvel movies are god-awful trash. And Star Wars.
So that all writers are useless. In fact, let me write it. It'll be 10 times better. And their only experience writing is fucking summer book reports in middle school. It's just a stupid take. Of course, there's going to be better writing than others, right? But it doesn't mean that all writers are useless or something. It's just natural. It's the same thing with like athletes. There's going to be some athletes that are better than other athletes. It's just one of those things.
That makes sense.
So yeah, there's going to be bad writing. Doesn't mean they don't deserve to get fucking paid for their work. It's just stupid. It's beyond dumb. Writers are one of the most important positions to any production, full stop. 100%. And their pay has not reflected.
If I had a writer for my videos, they would probably be 1,000 times better quality, but I can't write for shit, so I'm just a reactor.
This. They're not being fairly compensated for their work, and they haven't been for a long time. They don't have a lot of options in terms of like royalties either. It's just very unfair to writers. And obviously the entire industry has been changing with streaming becoming more and more prevalent, and they're just falling behind on keeping writers adequately compensated. In fact, their pay has fallen, and they're not getting any
YouTubers probably pay writers better than Hollywood does.
real reasonable profit shares or splitting or anything like that. They're just not being paid fairly. That's the bottom line there with the first component of this strike. So they've been trying to have conversations with the top brass in the industry in order to rectify this, reach some kind of amicable conclusion so they can get fairly compensated for the work that they love doing and want to keep doing. But that hasn't really happened, so they were left with no other options except going on strike. And another big component of this is AI. As AI continues to evolve rapidly, a lot of the soulless money zombies at the top of the Hollywood food chain have
they'll go to AI and have AI write a shitty script.
taken notice and have recognized that if they start to integrate AI into their productions, they can save a lot of money by not having to pay writers' salaries or pay writers. They could just start using AI in order to get their desired result. It's cheaper, they have more control over
they write a generic story
it. And clearly, the WGA as well as SAG-AFTRA, like pretty much all writers, have a bit of an issue with that. So that was another one of their points, is they would really like if they didn't just fucking blast AI into the industry to try and like phase them out. Like they don't want the AI trained on their works. They don't want any of their works to be used to try and develop some kind of AI model off of it.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy. I should have thought of that. I don't know why I didn't. That's crazy. Yep.
So those are really the big things. And this has been going on for about 3 months now, and the response from the big boys has not been positive. So according to reports, they are determined to break the WGA, and now by extension SAG-AFTRA, since they're also striking at the moment. So they're in-game, according to the executives and the insiders here.
Necessary evil. Yeah, it sounds about right. At least they're coming out and being truthful.
Is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses. They call it a cruel but necessary evil.
What? That's fucked.
This is par for the course for Hollywood. This really tracks.
That sounds like the U.S. government.
Anything evil that can be done, Hollywood does. So they're playing hardball here. They're not giving in to any demands. They're not budging an inch. They're saying, hey, might be a cold Christmas, and you might not be able to afford to have a place to live anymore, because fuck your demands. So they're saying, like, the strategy is simple. Bleed them out.
Literally what the U.S. government said about the economy. You may not be able to afford food anymore because of inflation, but fuck you. We don't need you here.
You know, when they're financially strapped for cash and desperate, starving on the streets, then they'll come crawling back to us, groveling at our feet, and then we'll dictate some new terms that they won't be able to decline. But we're not giving in to any of what they want. Now, in a sane world, I would really think...
I just said that that's what was going to happen. They aren't going to give in. They don't care.
Most people would be behind the writers because, I mean, it makes sense. They're not getting paid nearly as much as they should for the work they do for these massive 9-figure productions. Productions that are raking in hundreds of millions of dollars. And the writers are the ones that like make the story.
They make
happen.
a couple thousand
the most
bucks
important part. Like you can't just have a movie of fucking nothing. You can't go in there and just have like a bunch of noise, right? It's not TikTok. It's not you're going to the theater for jingling keys for 10 hours. You need a story still. The writers are integral. Thus, they should be compensated fairly for it. But we don't live in a sane world. We live in a clown world.
We live in a clown world. True. Yes, definitely.
A ton of people on Twitter.
We live in a Twitter world where Twitter exists. It's dog shit.
They're saying that the writers are unreasonable and that the executives are in the right here. The executives are the heroes in the story and the writers are the bad guys, which blew my fucking mind. The fucking goofball goober CEO of Disney, Bob, said that the writer is very disturbing to him, having a wambulance moment, some fucking French cries, going over like, oh, I can't believe they're striking. It's so unrealistic. You're ruining the industry, guys. Why do you want more money? How could you be so greedy? Coming from a guy who's making $20 million a year annually. The writers are extremely important.
It's fucking disgusting. I don't. That's fucking disgusting. That pisses me off so much. But like, what are you gonna do? You can't do anything about it because corporations are the only thing that matter to America. Is keeping the CEOs happy of these big wealthy fucks.
And coming from someone like this with a salary like that, I don't know who on Twitter who could read these stories and then start pumping their fists saying, yes, those are the good guys. Those are the heroes of the story, the champions of justice, the fucking soulless husks with unimaginable wealth that are exploiting their workers, fucking their butt with a smile on their face. It makes no sense to me because, again, most people on Twitter are either children or normal working class people, not multimillionaire celebrities. So how can you, as like a normal working class person, be excited and
how can you stick up for a company? Bro, I don't understand this.
and celebrate that other working class people like yourself are being exploited? It actually just doesn't compute.
Probably because it's a cushy job that they don't get to do. They're probably mad that to them it's an easier job than the job that they do. So they're like, ha, fuck. It's like if a live streamer gets punished for something. Ha ha, get fucked. You're losing all of your stuff. Ha ha ha, that's what you get.
Up here in my noodle how you reached that part of decay in your mind. Like, why wouldn't you want the workers to get paid more? Why would you want...
That's just the way society is now, Charlie. There's nothing we can do about it, man.
The wealthy executives to continue to nickel and dime all of their employees in order for them to make more tens of...
No one's brave enough to stand up and do anything about it because eventually violence is going to be the only answer to solve any problem. I don't want that to be, by the way. That's brain dead. But like, they're not giving they aren't giving people choices.
Millions per year on their annual salary.
People will do it the polite way, and then people will stand up for themselves the polite, correct, moral way, and then still get shit on, and nothing gets done about it. So, like, where do you go? Violence is gonna be the answer eventually. And I hate it.
Like, I don't get how, like, a normal person sides with them. Like, they're not going to give you money just because you're fighting PR battles for them on Twitter. Dumbass Disney CEO Bob's not gonna find your Twitter account and start clapping for you. He's not going to just swoop in there and be like, you know what, Jacob?
Yeah.
I am so glad you made this tweet. You're right. It is unreasonable and downright criminal that our writers want more money. It does. Where did we all go wrong as a society? Wanting some kind of profit sharing or some other compensation? It is ridiculous, Jacob, and you are right. Here's $5 million. Give me your PayPal. It's not going to happen. Like, and I don't know why you're blaming writers either. There's a lot of people getting mad at writers because now their favorite shows are being affected, so they're going on a hiatus and a break because there's no one writing it. And now they're getting mad at the writers like, just go back to doing your fucking jobs. When what they're trying to do is what every worker tries to do. Get paid fairly for the work they do.
Everyone should get paid fairly. I just don't understand
who could be
for the amount of work that they do.
I really don't. Honestly, I don't. So I just wanted to give you an update here because the writing strike is only continuing to grow here, and it's going to continue to grow until either they come to the table and start to negotiate, or all of the shows get drastically affected by the situation here. It's already affected a ton of productions, and it's only going to continue if they can't reach some kind of deal here or some kind of peaceful resolution or something. So just wanted to keep you updated on that because this is a story I actively follow. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
All right, guys. I mean, that's what it is. That's what's going on. So like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. Subscribe for more coverage on the daily events and drama that's happening between like the channels that I react to. And have a great day. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.